actually considering starting a few hours ago. Didn't quite get there. And here, happy. Anyway, let's get going. Back to Lost and Alone today. Hey, right. Load. That's right. Last stream, just gotten back. Venture. Sweet berries. I would still like to find sweet berries. Frankly, stream last week, what I did. Hello, Mr. Fearless. Good to see you. Cheese of the day. Well, I don't know if I have a cheese of the day. Be so kind, let me know if sound and everything's coming through okay. I forgot to check my game sounds, so I know those are probably going to be quite low. Okay, am I loud enough though, or am I too low? I was watching my own VODs back and realized, gosh, I could almost be the Bob Ross of Minecraft. Soft, low. Okay. Not entirely sure how to change that. I have my mic right in front of me. Snowball. Let's see. Where would excuse me, volume. I struggled this morning making sure things in right places. Just wasn't coming to today. Bob Ross Silver Bee. Yeah. Goodness. Anyway, well, I'll try to speak up if I can. I hope it's sufficient, since I don't know quite how to change where, or don't quite know where and how to make my volume louder, because it's showing all in the green. And if I look on OBS, the little mic auxiliary, that's up as far as it goes. But I did go, I don't like using Chunkbase too much, but I did go to Chunkbase after not being able to find the sweet berries and found that they should be out in this direction someplace. Is Tega this way? Oh, you know, I don't know if there's mountains that way. I didn't pay attention to that. I am going to take a pair of leather boots with me this time, because last time I didn't. No. Sure, those will work. Come on. Oh, that works because I didn't have boots on at all. Okay. I want to go get those sweet berries. We're going to get that done. Sweet berry bee. Sweet berries. We'll get them. So, Fearless, how has your day been today? I know there's a lot of other folks out there streaming too. I'm realizing it's going to be difficult to find a time where I'm not interfering with someone, but then I don't expect everyone to stream all the time anyway. weekend. Oh, it does. I'm sorry. Uh, I'll learn this yet. Game. Okay. That should this mister is tired. Well, apparently maybe this bee is tired too, and it was out here a couple thousand blocks, as base told me. Be able to tired from working. You're done with school now, working or busy doing social things. Yes, definitely tire you out. Done with school for yeah. That's what I thought was in a few years. Been more than a few years. And my school type classes, probably well before born, 90s. Taking, I was studying to become sign language interpreter, but I was also still working a full job. Sign language is just something that's always kind of fascinated me since I was a teenager. We had very big, thick old dictionary as a kid, and it actually had the whole alphabet and pictures. It got to be too much because basically the classes were full schedule and my work was a full day of work every day. But because of when I had to take the classes, my job shift, my employer was very willing to work with me. So Mondays and Wednesdays, in one shift because my classes were the day. So I would then work until now 10 o'clock at night. Tuesdays and Thursdays, hey Yarn Beast, while you're working, I'm sorry. I know it's going to be hard to find a time to fit in. It's I mean you don't have to. You don't have to moderate for me when you're working. Put me on a low key visual thing. Anyway, um, Tuesdays and Thursdays, the scheduling was like an hour difference for both classes and my job. And then on Fridays was a normal during the day working with no classes. And it had just gotten way too much. And when you had to interact with other classmates and work on projects together outside of school, then that just added, but being an even an older person at that time, taken not a student, it did prove to be too much. So I wasn't going to do anything. So all I did was job. dropped out of college classes completely. Here in Vega. Oh, I needed. There they are. They're even closer than what Chunk Baits said. Got him. We got him. Go home. Hi, Polly. Bee of the day. Let's see. Bee of the day. I'm just mad as a hornet, although I tested a Discord chat a little bit this morning. Night, got, in a sense, sad news. The one server hi Eric, good to see you here. The server that I was playing on before I went on vacation, it's called the Great Abyss. I tried to get on last night because I had considered doing a little bit of a tour on that today, and I think I had even mentioned that last week when I streamed that I would. It was on one of those rental server-based places, like they were kind of like the Cube Host or whatever some of those other names are. And apparently, the server crashed. Maybe it was on the guy's end that owns it. I don't know. And got corrupted, and I'm really kind of disheartened. But upset. I know these things. There were no copy that he had. Not recoverable. So many months of work that I had done there on, apparently. Sad. Big sad bee. And now that I have my sweet berry. What I'm doing. So sorry. Is there nothing that can be done? No backups or anything? From what the guy said, it appears not, but then he was pretty new to setting up servers himself. So I don't know. And again, he had just played on it, he said, the day before. So it just happened. I don't know. He didn't elaborate. I didn't want to push with the question too much because I'm sure he was feeling pretty badly about it. He didn't even know until I had tried to get on myself and wasn't able to, and I'd sent him a message asking him if the server was down or being maintained or anything, because we haven't, there's only a few of us on it, and we haven't, none of us have really had time to play much on it lately. And I had last been on a month ago myself. But yeah. Let's see here. Well, it wasn't my server. No, it was his server. I was an invited guest, but he was, he had it's through one of those server hosting agencies, so I don't know how those work. I've never had a server of my own. Let's see, Yarn Bee says, I'll stay on, but since it's a work day, I may not have sound on much and won't be modding. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And for those who don't know, I'm sure you know by now because I think you've been here, Yarn Beast is my dog teacher, and she has back to work this week and setting up a classroom. Students start on Wednesday. It wasn't the only server I'm on. It seems like server I'm on. I think there's 3 of them. They're all kind of down at the moment. Maybe I'm a bad luck penny. Bad luck bee. There you go. Ooh. I know one is being worked on. An update yesterday. That one will be back very soon. It's just close to home. Yep, there's home. There's all my bee nests. Right, now we want to put some of these. In the village. You know, I'd let them loose, but on the ones that one of the guys there was saying that his, I think that was who, would get out and disappear. It was. Let's see. To run. Wrap them here. Yeah, wrong drawer. Slabs. Yeah. Anyone else experiencing this? Is the sound cutting out? I have my microphone right in front of me. I certainly don't know enough about this stuff. Of course, it could be just my voice cutting out. If my son were up, I would have him come in and help me. Thought it was because of my connection since I'm walking around, but yes, I'm having the same issue. Okay, well, my noise gate. Explain. I know my son has tried to explain a few things. He's more into all of this. As cutting off the end of your sentences. Oh, interesting. All right. Is it maybe just how I'm talking? Sometimes when you end your sentences quietly. Yeah, I guess that's one thing I need to learn to do is to speak up in a more controlled voice. Me too sometimes, okay. So we must learn, right? Iggy, come here. Food. Food for me, but the leather work, not leather worker. Have a leather worker goes to the butcher. I shall finish birthday cake. Yeah. Thank you, villagers. You're very wonderful. Gave me cake. Look at that. They're already growing. Sure don't take. He needs a plan, guys. He needs a bumbling my way around through this. I only need, was it 3 more followers, each 50. I need 4 streaming hours, I believe, and 2 streams. To go into the nether and light that up, right, Eric? Fearless speaks quietly. I don't think so. Not most of the time. Wait, wait. Nothing here. One of the things, if I build a basement below this, because I only use chests. Well, actually, since everybody has their occupation block, I could use barrels. But if I built a basement under this and used that for my storage, moved out of my little house that has inadequate space for storage, it shouldn't affect my villagers or my auto farm. It might actually help keep Iron Farm going, right? It's better now. It may have been you talking softly. I see you got channel. Oh, are they set up? Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I messed a little with the stream element stuff. I don't know what's there and what's not there. I did that a week ago and I forget. Eek. Yeah, I didn't think the channel points and all that stuff could even be set up until you actually became an affiliate or got 50 followers aspect of things done, but apparently that part only took 40. Yeah, I think they have just been, oh, I think it may have just been how I was talking. It may be, because I know I don't project very loudly. I don't even, might have mentioned this too, I don't do a lot of talking even here at home. Husband is a programmer, and he's in one room where he does his stuff, and my son usually in his room, so during the day I don't do a lot of talking. And then in the evenings, I'm still up here on my computer watching streams or chatting in streams, but I chat with my fingers, not my voice. So using my voice is not coming as easily. Good. I used to work in an office environment. Honest, I did. Did I finish that story? I think I did. The story I didn't finish was last week when I was running back to the village and when it got dark and I got back, and that was telling about my first experience in the peaceful world with getting stuck in the Village and Pillage beta update while I was still on my Xbox. And I believe my world was still on peaceful at the time, or it may have been on easy. I may have upgraded it to easy at that point. And I remember I was on one side of a river and I turned around and looked across the river, and there was I'll answer. I'll respond to that comment in a minute. There was the wandering trader and his llama. I had never seen them before. They were brand new. They were coming in with the Village and Pillage update, but it scared the heck out of me because I didn't expect them. I didn't know who or what they were. I didn't know if they were friend or foe. And I kind of timidly walked over and went close to them, and they didn't attack me, so I figured they were a friend. And so afterward, of course, then I did find out what they were, but that was kind of scary. Let's see. Fearless says, you know, it makes sense that bee would collect bees. Absolutely. And I almost always have a bee farm, but I haven't done that yet. Let's see. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. Well, that's true. Polly says, this world I played on with her, I waited to build a bee farm shot because I figured she would do it. She never did. Oh, okay. Was that the first season on Sakura? I'm going to stream you from my giant Promethean board if I can bypass the internet restrictions. Oh dear. Oh, just don't stream me to your students. Oh. Talk about getting intimidated. All these, what are they, freshmen? So they're 13, 14-year-olds. They're all probably experts at this game by now. Laughing at this playing, quote unquote, kids game. That's another thing. Do I need to finish this ceiling? Okay, I'll that real quick. I'm gonna be all over the place, guys. Just know. Don't know what the inspiration. Maybe I should just plant and harvest and chop trees all day. I don't know. I'd have to find some. Right, chicken? Harvested those off stream. Them on. I think it was on stream last. Very end. Let's see. I won't promise your first season. Okay, yeah. But you ended up building the bee up in the shop, right? That was your bee. We could go there. I could show that. I have the download of the world, but I think I go in. It automatically puts me into creative. Won't, I promise. Yeah, freshman, 14, 15. Like when I was a freshman, 13, but you're being a summer baby, my birthday, it changed 17. You think, do I want to go? Fearless hasn't seen it, unless he's been over and seen a small tour I did on the YouTube channel. I have to learn how to go a copy of the old seasons now that I have a PC. Yeah, Cuban has provided the link in one of the Discord channels. Link to all of them. I have. Or we could fish. We could fish all day. I do need levels. I can't finish upgrading some tools without. You like to pick on. Can't use. Can be. Okay. Let's see. We got the sweet berries. We did do that. One of the questions I have, and Fearless is still here, maybe he can answer. As a streamer, excuse me, is it beneficial to have Twitch Turbo? Or is that not a streamer thing at all? Maybe it's just a viewer thing. It would be beneficial. It says Twitch Turbo is like $12 a month. And frankly, I'm not doing this for subs necessarily. I know they'll be there. And yeah, it overpasses the ads. Okay, I was just curious what anyone's thoughts were on that. I espied that for the first time the other day. Viewers. My son, I think what I have is uBlock, and I'm not real good at updating things, so he updated it for me the other day, something. So I'm not getting the ads, but what I do notice is when people do have ads, it kind of, what's the word? It makes what's being streamed a little bit more fuzzy for the duration of the ad, but you can still hear the streamer, which is nice. And that's my biggest complaint with the ads is you can't hear the streamer any longer, and you can miss some key things that a streamer's doing. Like, I can use more of those things. See, sometimes I realize when I'm talking, I'm not it's not like I'm talking aloud to someone listening. I'm more thinking out loud to myself. And that's when my voice gets really low. I noticed that with the last stream when I was rewatching the VOD. That's how you learn, right? Is back in, at least in the beginning, you watch something. What you could have done better, hopefully. I had a little bit of the nerves again this morning. I didn't at first, but the longer I waited to push the go live button, it's like they started kicking in, and it was because it's like, okay, why can't I find where to put my stream title? Where is it? It was hiding. And I think I have it just set as Lost and Alone. solo world. Nothing as to what I'm doing because I'm just here. And I appreciate that y'all are here with me. Like being subbed to everyone but no emotes. Yeah, kinda. I guess it is. And you can still go out and sub to those you really want to support. But it's like spending the cost of what you would be spending. I mean, if you're someone who does sub to a lot of people and spends money that way, then it would be like supporting two people, and but the streamer still gets the ad revenue, which I understand from other streamers have said really is not a huge amount. I guess it'll be a while before I ever know that, if I if I even pay attention to it. Let's see, I think it's a to hydrate. Yeah, I will. Just a little. Kind of while I'm fishing over some of the notes that I see what chat about and chat about. You have topics you want to chat about. Hang out and go about your daily business. Are you working today, Polly? Fishing rod. Yes. I think I don't know that I'm what I'm playing here at all. Don't know. And I might go quiet, so I apologize for that if I. Fishing is kind of one of those relaxing things I do. Ooh, I got a book. I got a book. What will it be? I have so many villagers. Read book. Breach 3 and Knockback 2. Breach is from the trial chambers, right? Polly says, I was working, but I got home just in time for your stream. Well, how nice. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Polly, you have always been a good cheerleader for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, for the hammer. I can make Polly a mod. Let him do any banning if it. Another book and another rock. I could do that too. I could disenchant a lot of stuff and get some. I need to plan, make the mob farm, figure out where I would like to put it. Yeah, mob. Maybe out there by that little hill. No. Oh, was Polly on? I gotta learn to decipher who's talking to who. Oof, I don't know if I can handle that much power. Yeah, the power. You were on Carbcraft too, right? Who was on Carbcraft? Polly? I was not on Carbcraft. Me? No. Nope, never been on Carbcraft. I might have been in a chat, just chatting, but I was never on the server. Never a mod over there. I've been a mod for Cuban, of course, and I'm a mod for Right Cross, I think. Polly says, not me, and only played on Sakura Mysteries. Yeah. And then maybe one other place we haven't talked about, which we will keep quiet at present. But that server's not open anymore either, at least last time I checked. Let's see. Yeah, that one. I liked my little place that I had gotten started there. I hadn't done a whole lot. I think I was only on it, what, 2, 3 weeks? It's fine. But I find I do miss actually playing and interacting with people in realms and in servers. So many down. And I've been invited to play on one with this one more recent friend that I've made, but he is not at all family friendly, nor are the majority of the folks who play on his server or play on the server that he's on. Although there are some family friendly people who play on that server, I just don't know how family friendly they are on the server. So if I did go play there, I would likely not ever stream from there because in-game chat would show, and there's quite a bit of non-family friendly chat that goes on. Yeah, I wish I could go back on it. I had some good. You did. You did. You people that build things quickly. I'm slow as. Cuban gets the server back up soon. Hopefully. Because before any resetting, I really would like to finish several things that are on the server. House, volcano, buck, maybe aesthetic house things. Nine levels, that's not enough to do a lot. Something. Ten. Oh, can't crouch and put it in frame B. Let's go get gunpowder. there's 3 of my wandering skeletons. I need to come up with names for them. I need to post some names in the I've always named Skelly horses Dr. Skelly. Variations of my pediatrician when I was a child. Name was Dr. Skelly. He gets honored for whatever reason in my worlds. It's name attached to a skeleton. Mm. Mm. I think. Oh, let's see. We got fire prot, silk touch, all this stuff. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah. It's enchanted. Mm. Mm. Okay, quickly, when the motivation is there. Yeah, I gotta finish that lighthouse of mine and give the guardian a tail. Yeah. Motivation. Sometimes that's just kind of a good thing, isn't it? Repair. Read that. Have a villager with knockback. Might even have one with breach. Breach is trial chambers, right? That's ace. I obviously have no experience with the trial chambers. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Think. Need chest. TS. Enunciation. I remember when I was taking the classes at the junior college, and I would meet in the cafeteria with some of the people who were taking the ASL classes. One of the guys was also taking voice classes. Time to go to a chair. Yeah, I don't even know where one is, Eric. But one of the things that he was saying in singing, one of the practices that they do is opening your mouth wide. And to practice that, when they would say their words or sing, they would have to stick their fingers, well, make your fist like you're pointing with your fingers straight out and your hand in a vertical position, but stick your 3 fingers in your mouth. Yeah, here I am. You can't see me doing this, right? I'm trying to do it in your mouth. And that forces you to open your mouth wide. And it's like, that just seems so awkward. My issue with trial chambers is that you can only open the loot chest once. So if you don't get a mace, then on to the next one. Ah. I'm trying to remember if I've been in a trial chamber. Might have gone in one once on my daughters with the grandkids, maybe. The brain kind of says yes, but at the same time says no, I didn't. Okay, B. Why my son says I must be ADHD, so I can't focus. Just leading a very undisciplined, unstructured life in my old age. I just do what I want when I want, up when I'm dead when I. So word from the wise. As you get older, you will retire one day. Keep a schedule. So what I want to build is the dark again. No, time goes too. Need those. Give them. I wondered if I have hiding that for fuel. This can go. Goes over. Made any chests anywhere. See, I've tried to think. To make them. We always use chests, right? So I'll use the chest B furnaces. There. center. That's the rough thing. Thinking. Here. You're wondering what I'm trying to mentally figure out what I want to do. I'm wanting to make just a, for now, 2-unit chromatic smelting thing. Skelly horse. That there. So that thinking out loud. Oh, you can't hear me. Split screen, huh? What? What are you trying to say, Polly? You figured out which on the PC. I see. Okay, and split screen. Okay. Yeah, I think. Okay, what am I looking for? These. Yeah, I think I'm trying to do too many things at once here. I should start writing a script. Get this. Yep. Only. Oh, I got 2 more, so I can do. Yeah, we're getting a little. Remember, I'm new to PC, Minecraft, and Twitch at once. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, there. Those update. Okay. That'll be 4 log. Set that as exit. You know, the other thing, added those and those that first stream, was I wanted those so I could No, B, not there. That's not. Make scaffolding. Scaffolding, aka dirt. Yes. Oh. Oh, I didn't pick up the string? Enough. You know, there's a definite difference in how you play when you're streaming because you keep, keep like you're too much of a noob versus when you play alone. Play alone, you can do all the goofy stuff and not feel embarrassed about it. What are you doing? Oh, fisherman. That, that. Eric, you this. Okay, that empties some of the stuff. Oh, farmers can have those. Here in the library. Those can go in there. Fuel. It, other they can go in there. Okay. Put that there. Dark again. Oh, great. Arrange things. Okay. Big sigh. Sighing. We got a fancy new bag. You Polly! 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 Thank you. You're my first subscriber. I got a subscriber. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Polly. Yes, you definitely got a first badge, too. I didn't hear an alert, so I guess the alerts aren't working. I think there's alerts. I don't know. Hi, Kitty. Kitty. My cat Flame just decided time to jump up here on my desk and meow like crazy. Now I'm speechless and gosh, I can't think. Cobblestone. That's what I'm after. Stone, so I can back up on the Polly. Up the scaffolding. Pass out. Gosh. You heard an alert? Okay, so maybe the streamer doesn't hear the alerts. Oh, you didn't hear the alert. Okay. I'll have to son help me again with that afterwards. He kind of moved a few things around after they were initially set up. I had followed the Stream Elements tutorial stuff. So eventually maybe I'll get back that. Okay, in it. Okay. We'll get that figured out. Oh, good. I don't. Okay, maybe you can answer. Then are the ads already working? Because I didn't think those started until was actually affiliated. But again, I could be wrong. There's so little I know. You're new to the PC. I've had my PC a couple years now, but I've always worked on a PC since my days when I worked at in my bed. Said, be there. What goes there? Okay. Six. That it's don't like open match at point time. I'm sorry. I know my voice probably kind of trailed off a lot again there. It, do I have actual stone? Those I think actually better than yeah. Get decorative. Those. Go on a resource gathering trading. Why you don't see me trading much. You trade with there. Okay, that's covered up. I can stand up and do a lot of mob sniping. Problem is there's so many trees. Excuse me while I focus. There's so many trees that when it's daylight they hide under them and they come out and attack me. Run through them. There have been no ads, just wanted the first. That's wonderful, Polly. You got it. I honestly didn't know that the subscriptions were in place to work yet. Didn't think that actually would work until 50 followers. I'm never organized enough to label my villagers like that. Good job, B. Oh, they're labeled. I can't find anything. You have to realize being more leveled up. I'll put it that way. That the memory doesn't serve me well most of the time. So which villager which I have to label signs, and then putting the key trade that I want to have in place. Yeah. Yeah. Aiming with a controller. You know how that goes, right, Polly? Now, Polly, you said you're on PC, but are you using your controller? I don't think the subs were. No, I'm pretty sure they were not. Because I didn't even have. I don't know if that's affected by Stream Elements or if that's just a Twitch thing. You would think I would at least know some of this just because I follow so many people. I don't. There's a lot of things I don't really pay attention to. Is this your first sub B? Yes, it is, Mr. Fearless. Polly gave me my first sub. I'm missing some of this chat, aren't I? See. Correct. Is this your first sub? Yes. Keep hitting the dang enter button instead of the apostrophe. There have been no ads. Okay, I never organized. I don't think the subs know. I tried to use the controller at first, but couldn't figure it out and just adapted to keyboard and mouse. Good. There's a part of me that wishes I could adapt to the keyboard and mouse, but I've tried to play some other games at different times over the years using keyboard and mouse, and that mental retention from when I was working, even though it's now been a couple decades. Yeah, um, I couldn't do it. Tried. Hey, who's hitting me? You, bad dude. Guess what? Tip of my sword. Aha. Interrupted train of thought. Shame on him. Yeah, I couldn't. I just couldn't get it. Maybe I didn't give it long enough effort, or just not long enough effort in general. But I gave up and haven't tried again in a long while. I think I'm going to need a short break here. Figure myself out. Be back. I don't have a. Yeah, I do have a be right back screen. Silly me. Put that on. I mute my mic. Restroom. Okay, I am back. Wait. Okay. Oh, that's hard for me to do too. Although it's funny, well, is it? Well, I know it's a two-dimensional game, but Stardew Valley, I don't have problems at all playing. Not looking. Okay, retrieve the stuff I left in here. Collect some of it. Stay up there. Do more. Buckets. I guess I never really realized how wonderful it is to have an iron farm until now. Love Stardew Valley. Yeah, I should play it more. I kind of go in spurts. It's been probably at least 2 months again since I've played it. I like some of the things that they changed. They had a 1.6 update a year or so ago. At this point, Polly, I will agree with you. Iron farms are essential. They are very essential. And now that I know how to make them, I don't know why I didn't learn sooner. I was going to say soon and learn together. Lunar. Not nice to me last stream. I was looking for the F3 dude. I couldn't find him. Probably take breach off there and just put F3 on the bottom row. Signs. We need to have bigger signs. Wouldn't that be a great thing? Signs where we can put all manner of things. Yeah. Yes, those. This. Don't want it too close to purposes for using a one. We get rid of the unwanted enchanted bows, fishing. Let them be used to keep fuel. Let's see, yes, I'm thinking out loud. That lack of memory. These buildings obviously are all going to be changed. They're not going to be villager buildings. The hoppers can come in from, well, can only test slap. Be think. Be not think very well. Don't slap. I just replayed it for first time on PC and with the 1.6 update. About Stardew. Did you start over then, or did you continue a world that you had? Because I think I just continued a world that I had with the update. And I had made it, I think I'm in somewhere between year 3 and year 5. And I finally made it to that one island that you access by fixing the boat in that one guy's shop. Started a new one. My other worlds were on the okay, PC, duh. Yeah. Memory retention, I'm telling you. Back it. Okay, we do have stone there. Get going. My original intention was not to have this at base, but I think it's becoming. Make one. Start with chess, right? East. Chest will be below the A. Chest. Well, double chest. And then, guys, put up with me a minute. I'm gonna have to sketch this out. I am so visual. Yes. So you'll hear my paper rattling. Okay, furnaces. Either side, so that's 4 wide. Chest on top. And furnaces fed from the back, or do they have to be fed from the top when you're feeding the actual item to be smelted? Come on, brain, kick in. Like a second. Husband's. Guess I have to close my door. He walks by the hallway. Okay. Don't feed, so it's got to be from the top, right? Are they going to the hopper? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna remember. any kind of, even the simplest. And go. That's it. For one. Building like this. E doesn't do it. You guys are going to have to get moved. Earn for you. Back. Have you gotten a happy gas yet? No, I have not. I forget, were you here on my very first stream when I did go into the nether? And or gone now, is on YouTube. I spawned in a soul sand / soul soil, soul sand valley. And there are all those little bony structures all over the place. So I'm sure I can get a happy gas before too long. Excuse me. But especially at first, because I'm still, it may say 358 days, but I'm slow and I'm only still gearing up. My gear doesn't all, the helmet does. So that does. But I don't even have my boots yet. And I don't know if I want, and I don't have a backup set of gear. And I didn't want to go in there and fight those skellies yet. So, but I found out from Eric by watching his stream after that, he also, by chance, is in a Soul Sand Valley. And watching him, he was placing torches in the Soul Sand Valley. And I didn't realize that in a Soul Sand Valley, you can put torches and the skellies don't spawn. The ghast, of course, still will, but the skellies know that. So I can do that at some point soon, hopefully soon, is get the Soul Sand Valley lit up so it's not quite as dangerous. Get some things done there, but my portal also up a single layer of the soul sand, and it's lava directly. Polly says, I'm playing the Create mod and it has super enchanting. You can have all the protections on one armor and a bow with mending and infinity. Oh, that would be nice. I haven't quite gotten into that much modding stuff yet. And I just love the vanilla game. And that's kind of why I haven't gone onto this one other server I was told I could join. Not that they have a lot of mods, but it's a texture pack. I don't know, something that's all different, and everything is different in it. And visually, I'm just not quite there. All that. Open my door again. Hopefully, walking the hallway. room gets really warm. And the AC register switch is in his room. Here in my playroom. Till it reaches 78 degrees in his room, the AC doesn't kick on. The room is 80. Sitting here, it's a little warm. 92 outside today so far. 12:30, midday. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now. I can. No. Tried that. No. Crouching. Burning the. Yes, I have scaffolding. Why use scaffolding when you. Separate. No. Okay. Here. Those. Okay, sorry if I'm. First time chatter. Hello, JF Bird. Blue. Gotta get the whole name in there, at least the first time. How you doing today, Bird? Out. Doing good. Nice. Okay. I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. Set. We'll have lava on one side, and one side the junky stuff like fuel. That's where I will put, well, because I can't climb those vines. I get rid of all, not those. There. Those I'm keeping, so still fishing. This will be this side. This is put. This side, I'll put the low stuff, the stuff that, say, that doesn't burn a whole lot of items. That's why I do a separation on the first smelting system. This side will be smelting small batches of stuff. Like I just did 2 pieces stone. This side, lava, because lava can burn 100 items, and put more bulk stuff in here of minimum 100 items or in 100 item increments, whatever it may be. But okay, now right. Dude, go away. Burning anyway. Okay. One of the things off my to-do list, torches. I found out yesterday, and so maybe Polly already knew this, maybe Bird knows this too, that the copper stuff that's coming out, there will be copper torches. There'll be copper lanterns. That I don't keep up with what the next updates are going to be bringing. I knew there was going to be the copper golem, and I think for chests as well, some sort. But I haven't really watched any of the stuff that people have been putting out on that. Raider, that same one from earlier, the new guy. Back here. No, I think that's new. Back up. Stuff only. Rid of some of this stuff. Some stuff goes in my house. I can see now why all the streamers have chest monsters. It's so easy because you don't want to take time to sort it out when you're on stream. You just have everything get dumped in a chest to get back to. Once I get a real storage room, storage. I also have storage still way out there in my starter base. Yeah, it's interesting. Many more copper stuff. I know and all the variations of waxed and unwaxed and oxidized and unoxidized, whatever else there is in between. There's just so many different things. And there already was well over 70 of them. In stairs and slabs and grates and uh, copper pressure plates, probably shelves. Oh, that is another new item, though. I think is kind of interesting. I say my mod could do shout outs for me today. Bird, you're a streamer, aren't you? And I know Fearless is, and he's been here. Who? Eric, someone. Here I am dropping my words at the ends of my sentences again. My son told me there's a word. Well, my son didn't tell me there was specifically a term for that. He told me there was a term for the vocal inflection where you kind of sound like it's deep and low or whatever. Mine's natural. It's called age, but it's yeah, I'm not going to remember it. Mm-hmm. That's a thing. But anyway, there's a term for it, and it was kind of like um, one of the examples. I looked it up, and there was a YouTube, and it was like something like the Kardashians do when they get their kind of croaky voice out there, drop off at the end of a sentence. It's actually a thing that, how was it this guy termed it? He termed it he didn't use the word snob, he used some other word. Maybe he did use snob, I don't know. The arrogant, or the people who are more firm. We don't have a class system here, but I guess more thinking they're upper class or something. It was an interesting term. It's vocal something. Vocal fry. Vocal fry. So if you get the chance, look it up and see what it is. Like, what? A thing. It's not something I intended to do. It means be planned. That goes over to the. Okay, Claret gets this. I hope someday, as I get better at doing this live business, that I will be more planned and be more cohesive what I'm doing. Maybe have projects to work on rather than just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Stuff, village, no. Here, leather. What can leather be used for? We're going to be able to use that to make saddles in the right? Bird says, nope, I don't stream. I just mod for mini streamers. Okay, that's it. Oh, do you want one more? I won't assign you without asking. I don't expect people to be here all the time. My daughter is currently a mod, and so is my son. But my daughter is back to work, and I probably will be streaming more during the days. I thought about some on weekends because that way she and the grandkids might have time to watch and be more interactive with me. But I know so many groups have stream weekends. So there's a Farlands stream weekend this weekend. May or may not stream, I don't know. I know I need to still get in one more stream to actually hit that affiliate point, and I haven't seen any new followers come across while I'm streaming today. So I still need 3 more followers. And but getting in the extra stream still, and then I'll have to take it from there. I'm trying to see who's doing what when, and making my own little chart, you might say, as to who's been doing what, and see where I might best be able to work myself in without disrupting, especially the people I watch a lot. So it's a work in process, and getting there slowly. May at some point do evenings. Sometimes evenings can be tough because there's one where I do, well, actually, there's 2 streamers that are in the evening. Balancing them is even kind of hard these days. And if Cuban gets back to streaming, that's going to add more to the whole dilemma. But I guess when you're streaming, you can't take too much into consideration with others if you want your own channel to grow. And I don't I don't have any intent to become a big time streamer. I'm doing this in a sense kind of for posterity, for my kids and my grandkids. And because way back when my daughter thought I'd be good at it. So, okay, it took me 6 years. I'm here. Let's see. Polly says, I was kidding earlier. If you really want me to help mod, I'd be happy to help, even though I may be working at the time and I've never done it before either. Well, I appreciate that, and maybe at some point, I don't know if I want to put anyone else on. Truly, at the moment, we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. I know a lot of early streamers don't even use mods. There's even some streamers who've been streaming for years that still aren't using mods, and so I'll just have to see how it goes. I never expected my son to continue because he doesn't even play Minecraft anymore, and he'll be starting back to school himself in a couple weeks. I don't know what his schedule is. He needs to also get a job and work that out. So life, weekends, yeah, I might be able to help. But we'll see. I'd be respectful of people's days and their schedule. I suppose if I have to and something really does come in, I can probably got Twitch open. I got PS open. I guess I can go into Twitch and ban someone if I needed to. There was only that one that the first day, second stream, one of the streams there. Figuring out what I should be doing next. Might do. And I've almost 2 hours. Been about another 10 minutes, I guess. Neat. Another sip of the liquid water. Had my coffee earlier. Shirts kicked in. I do just because. Okay. The one thing I know I forgot to do on the last stream, which I didn't forget on the first stream, surprising. But last stream, I forgot to raid out. Raid. I didn't realize it until about 5 minutes the off stream. So excuse me. I have one guy that someone gifted me a sub to him, and I don't know if maybe it's like a second sub. I don't remember ever watching the guy, and yet it shows I followed him as well. But I don't even recognize the person's name. To me, that's a weird one. I know that you can get subs from people that maybe you've stopped in, or, when they give out those community type subs. Twitch kind of does that, I guess, way of getting people to know that there are other streamers out there that maybe have the same algorithm as far as watching. I don't know how Twitch does that. YouTube is different. And but I absolutely do not remember the guy's name. Somewhere a follow. You need a name. Am I going to name you Skelly? Doc Skelly. Change the spelling of it. Or are my... Can anyone send me a name yet? I know I probably don't have the channel redemption things there. Figure all that stuff out. Trade. Need to... He's got... Yeah. So you're done. Oops. And good, right? Five. Okay, everything's full help that needs. What about here though? Those and repair. Boots. I got 14 levels. Need to add unbreaking, depth strider, and yeah. Breaking is on operation, so I really need the unbreaking here, do I? respiration go on boots, or does that go on your helmet? It's on your there. Okay. There's probably an order that would be the cheapest on these, but I've not figured that out. I've not watched the guys that do that. I don't know what might be best to put on first. But unbreaking. Name these either. Might have been cheaper to combine the books. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think I am gonna these two points channel B. Four. Okay. 6 left. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Those will be next time. Mending and feather fall 4 on them, so I could be wearing them. Boot slot. Yeah, we'll leave them up there. Just at 2 hours, a minute or two. What else can I do? I have enough stone. I really do need to go on a resource gathering expedition. Things I can put away. Put them away. I got the slime that I was looking for on the first stream. Had to trade the wandering trader for it, though. Let's see. I never figured that all out before. I just enchant however I can get it to work. Yeah, that's pretty much how I do. I try to remember some of the stuff, but I just never can. Bird says, I missed anything you said in the last 10 minutes. My stream froze for some reason. Oh no! Well, there probably wasn't anything important. I was just rambling on. Excuse me, it was the last 10 minutes, and I'm going to be raiding out. So if you guys all have someone I can raid out to, that would be fine. I'll take your suggestions. Otherwise, I do have a couple people that I could raid out to. One has been live since early this morning. He was live, I think, when I first got up this morning. And that's what's his BB for Burst Bear. He's live. He's on the RPG SMP. There's a guy named Daz300. I think I'm pretty sure he's family friendly, or mostly family friendly. And I know he gave me a follow. I didn't even know he had stopped into my stream if he had. That was last week. I had followed him a few years ago. There's my puppy Taylor, who I watch on occasion. She's on One Shot SMP. She streams Java. And she's family friendly. Has a very nice, pleasing voice. But Geo Girl just went live. Okay, well then, see if I can again figure out this raid stuff. And I want to thank everybody. Oops, sorry, I was clapping right in front of the microphone. Not a good thing. Thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it. And Polly, thank you so much for my very first sub. I really appreciate that as well. And as I progress at this. I do hope to be a little more, I don't know what the word is, cohesive. And thank you for saying that, Polly. It's progressing slowly. Okay, let me see. Let's see, where do I do this? I do this in Twitch somewhere. Where do I find it? You know, it's really interesting that the stuff I had on my very first stream is not showing. My first stream, it showed someplace and gave me the option to raid out. And I don't know what I've done. So, raid channel. There it is. Quick actions. Raid channel. Okay, okay. Ooh. Let me put. Where is she? Where's Geo Girl? Is there a search? Search and filter. Right spot. Search channels to raid. Okay, it's spelled E-E-L. There it is. Okay. Right. Does it just automatically go? Yikes. Oh, stream preview. Start the raid. Okay, starting the raid. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.